finalist. Checking the lights, making sure they're all in
Are we talking with these guys?
Wrestlers, please get to the center and shake hands, all the wrestlers.
This is Eric Gendron here with Justin Dwork. It's your 2014 Rhode Island State Finals. I'm really excited for this, Justin. How you feeling?
It's a pleasure to be here. I've got goosebumps. These kids have been working hard all year, making sacrifices and dedications, preparing years for this moment. It's their time to shine. I'm excited to see how it turns out.
Let's hear what they're going to say about these guys right now.
Colin Cardozo from Mount Hope, 6th place New England in 2013 with a record of 112-16. He was the 2013 finalist, Lowell Holiday finalist, Mount Anthony tournament finalist, Mount Hope tournament champ, Johnson tournament champ. Record 40-8. His opponent from Bishop Henrican, Jonathan Zellico, His record 15-0.
It's always exciting to watch the little guys, Justin.
The most technical wrestlers, often very quick. They're very exciting. They're the most technical guys.
Yeah, you yourself you wrestled at the lighter weights, right? The weights are a little different back then.
Once upon a time, it was a 103-pound weight class. As a sophomore in high school.
I believe they mentioned the Mount Anthony tournament. They said that Cardosa wrestled up there. That's always a really tough tournament every year. You know this kid's gonna have good experience coming out of to Mount Hope.
Mount Anthony's always a historically tough team, so any tournament they put on, you know, is going to have tough competition.
Yeah, and Bishop Hendricken, perennially, they are always a good team. Great wrestling, great coaches, tough kids. So here we go.
It'll be exciting to see what Saliko's got. Saliko's got a good overhook. Oh, Cardosa with a cement mixer, looking for the early fall. If he puts his head in, he's looking to get chest on chest and pick his head up.
Tough throw.
Saliko's looking to fight off his back, looking to arch.
It's a real tough place to be for a minute and 40 seconds.
It's a tough start. Let's see if he can come back. It'll really show what Saliko's got. If he can come back from this. It's a great place to be for Cardosa.
Doing a good job of keeping him in balance, trying to circle him back in.
He's looking to pick up Saliko's head. Look up and put his chest on chest if he wants to fall. Just like his coaches are saying.
Carlos has got his hips back.
Just like his coaches are saying, he's trying to get his hips back. He's being coached well. Those guys at Mount Hope must know what they're doing. Saliko's hanging in tough. He's hanging in tough. He's almost out.
Fighting real tough, Justin.
Almost out. A reversal by Saliko. Almost reversal, not quite. He got off his back. And still in a scramble, no control yet.
Justin, that shows a lot of perseverance.
Absolutely.
Right to your back. First 10 seconds of a match, you fight back up right to your feet.
1 point escape. As a coach, we tell him to have short-term memory loss. Pretend like it didn't happen.
It's a long match.
It's tough to do, though. That can be a blow to morale. It looks like he's ready to get back in there. Not going to let it get him down. We'll see if Cardosa keeps the pressure on or if he hangs out. Some wrestlers would hang on to this lead. It looks like Cardosa is going to stay aggressive.
Almost looks like he's trying to get back in for another throw. Yeah.
Good hip in. He must have a Greco-Roman background. He's really good with those hips and those throws. Out throw by Saliko himself. Good overhook. You can never step over an overhook, and that's the mistake that Cardosa just made. End of the period. That's an exciting period.
Tough first period of wrestling here. Again, great resiliency for Saliko to fight back from being in a real bad position for a long time in that first period.
Absolutely. Let's see. Start of the second. Front headlock by Cardosa. Looking to shuck it by. Saliko can't hang on his knees. He needs to get to his feet if he wants to get out of this. He needs to circle up to his feet. It looks like Cardosa's going to get it. Go behind. Well done by Cardosa.
So what's he looking for by reaching back for that leg? Any idea?
Right now he's looking for a thigh pry. He's looking to extend him out, maybe throw in the right leg. Looking for a breakdown. Put him on the mat. He's got in the legs, which is what he's looking for. From here, he's going to look to stretch him out, just like his coaches are saying. Flatten him out. Look for a half Nelson here. If he hips in hard, he can get it. Saliko's tough.
Saliko's tough. That is not a comfortable position to be in.
No, this is very, very, very uncomfortable. Puts a lot of pressure on the shoulder. It makes the guy want to turn himself. It's a nice front headlock. Nice half Nelson. Hips over. Cardosa did a really good job of following the hips and letting Saliko move and not following with him too much. And not getting reversed there. Staying on top.
know, if you're Salico in this situation, what are you trying to do to get out of here?
If I were Salico, I'd start peeling the legs. I'd start trying to take them out just like he's doing. Maybe back up just like he is. Look for a stalemate. Like he just got. It's never a bad situation for Salico. Now he's a new fresh start, a new opportunity to get up to his feet and escape or get a reversal. Cardoso's doing a great job of keeping pressure, keeping him flat.
Trapping that arm right there from the get-go.
He's a solid top wrestler. It just seems at this point that Cardoso's a more experienced wrestler. He has a more complete understanding of the game, and is showing it here. He's better, maybe a more complete athlete. End of the period. Green head choice last round.
Cardoso's up 7-1. It's a pretty big deficit to come back in a period, but it's a beautiful thing about wrestling. You can change it in a split second.
Absolutely. Any moment. If Salico wants it, he can get the fall. If he works hard enough for it. And if Cardoso,
looks like he's trying to ride legs as well here, Justin.
Absolutely. The light guys really like that. It gives them a lot of control. They feel confident. A lot of lighter guys have longer legs. It also gives them strength.
Got to be honest, I can't remember the last time I weighed below 200 pounds, so I don't know much about riding legs.
Well, you look good anyway, Eric.
Thanks, my friend.
Almost.
So what's he trying to do here?
Right now, he's just trying to stay on top, Salico. Eventually settle his hips back, and then look for a turn. Cardoso's doing a good job of trying to come out the back door, scoot his hips back out. A fresh start by Cardoso for Cardoso. Cardoso does a good job coming right to his feet. A lot of guys in high school sometimes like to stay on the mat and play around too much on the mat. Cardoso does a great job of standing up right away, not allowing a chance to scramble too much. Salico did a good job with the reshot.
Justin, we got a minute left in this third period. What are you telling Salico if you're his coach?
He's got to go. He's got to step it up. He's got to keep the pressure on. Cardoso's hanging in tough, so Salico's got to stay in tougher. Salico's doing a good job. It seems like he's got the energy. He's not caving, but Cardoso just seems to be the more experienced wrestler at this point in their careers. Cardoso's not exactly hanging out. He is working up to his feet, but if he just got ridden out for the entire period, he would be okay with that. I don't think he wants to here. It looks like Salico's really tough on top. It gives him an opportunity to get turned, so Cardoso does want to get out as soon as possible.
Nice tough crossface by Salico on top. Cardoso's
absolutely
tough. He's coming up to his feet.
$20 seconds left.
Salico's doing a great job of riding legs here, but I don't know if he's got the time. He's got to do something. He's got to make something happen.
15 seconds to get a quick fall. Even getting back points isn't going to be enough. It looks like we could be crowning our new 106-pound state champion in Rhode Island, Colin Cardoso.
106
nice tough match.
Champion from Mount Hope, Colin Cardoso.
He looks like a very experienced wrestler.
Great match.
I don't have
Wrestling for the
information on what year he is.
Championship, a freshman with a record of 30-3. He is the D2 sectional champ.
There will be no pause against
Northeastern National champ, the Smithfield Invitational champ from Moses Brown, Abraham Bloom. His opponent from Bishop Henrigan with a 15-0 record. Third place in the 2013 Rhode Island State Championship, 2013 New England qualifier from Bishop Henrigan, and Nicholas Selico.
The brother of Jonathan Salico only has 15 matches this year. He must have gotten hurt at some point.
Yeah, Nick Selico, you heard he's a returning state champion, Justin. New England qualifier too. This kid's tough.
Let's see what he's got. It looks like Abraham Bloom has a teammate wrestling again later in the finals.
Yeah, and he's got great socks and a great pair of shoes, and that can go a long way.
Shows confidence. He wants to be seen. A little hand fighting. Nicholas Sligo looking for a head tap setup. Drives in the double, takes him the way you wouldn't expect, based on the way that Bloom defended.
Nice job by Abraham Bloom not to give up there.
Nice scramble. Sligo staying aggressive, moving forward. Sometimes that's all it takes. Just staying forward, moving forward, getting in deep on those shots. He should finish here. Nice finish by Sligo. Abraham Bloom was trying what we call the funk. He was trying to roll underneath him, and he got caught. Sligo was too savvy. He saw it coming.
Yeah, both these Sligo brothers have that long, tall, lanky build, which can be really tough to deal with. Because I'm sure you're used to wrestling in these weight classes.
Lots of time. Length can be very beneficial if you know how to use it. And it looks like Nicholas Sligo does. Bloom does a great job of coming right to his feet. Stopped by Sligo. Sligo picked the ankle, drives forward.
Ain't no thing for Nick Sligo though. Look like he hasn't even broken a sweat yet out there.
No, it's just another day for him. He's a returning state champion. He has a lot of experience at this tournament. Experience goes a long way. Bloom is a young wrestler. I think they just said he's only a sophomore.
And, Justin, as I had said, previously to you earlier, a lot of these guys wrestle in bigger tournaments throughout the year. Around state tournament, not always the largest tournament for these guys, but oftentimes the amount of pressure you feel in this tournament, representing the entire state in front of the entire state, can be, immense.
Absolutely. When you're here in front of all your wrestling peers, your coaches, your family, your friends, but hopefully these guys can block all that out and just focus on what they need to do to get the job done today. Sligo ends the round on top.
Let's see who the flip goes to. It goes to Sligo.
Sligo's choice, defers to Red. Red has choice here, top, bottom, or neutral. He chooses to stay on his feet. He doesn't want to go on bottom. A lot of times guys will choose bottom, but if they've been getting ridden out for the entire first period, they might choose neutral in the second. Absolutely, based on how the first period went. I'd like to see Bloom stay more offensive with some shots, and not. It looks like he's reacting more than he's being aggressive. I'd like to see him take some shots.
These two of these guys,
it's clear.
I don't know if he can come through.
Sligo looks stronger.
But watching it from right here, he's clearly a much bigger wrestler.
Perhaps Bloom went up to allow his teammate Nicholas Neves, who is also a semifinalist, to compete in the weight. Sometimes teams will do that if there's two guys at one weight who are both good. One will bump up to allow the other to compete at their stronger weight.
Absolutely.
Good job by Nicholas Bloom circling for inside control. Hand fighting. Looking for a sweep single. Didn't get in quite deep enough to finish. Did a good job coming back out and not getting stuck underneath. Controlling the elbow. Nicholas Bloom is controlling the elbow here from a front headlock position. It's important to keep that elbow.
Good mat awareness there to know exactly where he was, trying to circle back inside to try to earn those 2 points.
Absolutely.
You're Abraham Bloom here. How are you trying to set up a shot on a big, tall guy like Nick Sligo?
I start taking the wrist. That's not a bad way to do it. Control the wrist. He's allowing Sligo to move around a lot. If you can control the wrist and slow him down and start to circle towards whichever side you have the wrists. But that might not be Nick Bloom's game. He might be more of an outside wrestler, which is tough to do on a longer guy. It looks like he likes taking outside shots. He could use more of a setup to get in a little deeper.
So I'd say the same thing. It's not a bad looking shot, but he's not setting it up.
Absolutely. He's definitely got, it looks like Sligo's more experienced here. Good job by Sligo getting the double.
Here. It's a nice way to end the period. Go up another 2 points for Sligo.
Sligo seems like the stronger wrestler. Bloom's only a sophomore. He has lots of room to grow.
Push back, come up. Hand control.
the
Again, you're
collar.
Abraham Bloom's coach. What are you telling him to do?
Forward pressure, forward pressure, forward pressure. Keep him down, looking for the turn. Aggressive, being aggressive on top, attacking on top. Don't let him be so comfortable on bottom. I wouldn't just hang out there. I would put pressure on his shoulders and on his head, make him really uncomfortable, not want to be there, make him make a mistake so he can capitalize and look for a turn.
What's he looking for here?
Banana split, if he can get it, it's a crowd pleaser. Now a guillotine, another crowd pleaser. He's looking to stick his hand underneath the arm, swim it behind his own head.
I think he's just too big, Justin. I think that Saliko's just, you know,
Could be.
too much size, too much wrestler for Abraham Bloom.
Right now, Bloom needs to hip in hard, keep him flat. He allows Saliko to come back up to his base. Good job by Saliko. Saliko's creating a scramble, creating some space.
Abraham Bloom bringing him right back to the mat.
Well done. Driving forward, good forward pressure by Bloom now. So he's looking to throw in a leg, throwing the left leg. Doesn't get it in quite deep enough to use it. 45 seconds to get a turn. He needs 2 turns. He's down by 4 points. If he gets 1, he can only get 3 points. For those of you new to wrestling, how back points work. If he gets exposed to his back, he'll get 5. If he can hold him for less than 5 seconds, he'll get 2 points. More than 5 seconds, he'll get 3 points. But that's still not enough to overcome the 4-point deficit he's facing right now. Now 5-point deficit. He needs a takedown and a 3-point turn. He has 19 seconds.
He needs a big throw here.
He needs to throw to his back. It's going to be tough to do on a long wrestler, considering he's been showing a style where he wrestles outside. He might not have the inside game, but he's looking for it. He's trying.
It's
close. That's what he wants to look to do.
You know,
but
and Saliko's doing the right thing, though. He's still pressuring. He's not just backing up. He's not going to.
Absolutely. Circling well. And we have a returning state champion, Nicholas Saliko.
113-pound champion from Bishop Hendrick and Nicholas Saliko.
Well done.
Wrestling for the
Saliko did a good job staying in control the entire match. Abraham Bloom shows a lot of potential. He'll be coming back strong next year, I'm sure.
15-0. In 214, he was the all-division champion. In 213, Rhode Island State champion. From Bishop Hendrick, Jason Duvall. His opponent from Warwick, the veteran.
The third wrestler from Bishop Hendrick in the finals that we have here, Denver. They must have a dominant program here in Rhode Island.
Warwick Vets, my alma mater, Justin.
41 and 13.
I take you'd like to see more of your own guys in here.
I would. And, I was talking to the head coach, Brendan Fear, earlier. It's a little bit of a rebuilding here for those guys, but I've heard nothing but good things.
Well, we know who your dog in this fight is, John Altieri from Warwick Vets.
I heard he's nothing. I heard that's exactly what he is, a bulldog. I heard he's tough as nails.
Nice with stopping the single leg. Nice single leg by Duvall. Altieri stops it with the whizzer, comes out front. Duvall does a good job of driving in.
And a little background, what I heard today from his head coach is he suffered a shoulder injury early in the year. He hasn't been back all that long. I don't know if that's going to hurt him tonight, help him because he may be a little bit fresh. We're going to see how it plays out.
We'll see. Injuries can often have different impacts on different wrestlers. It doesn't look like it right here. He got a nice takedown off the scramble.
Just to give you a little more background, these guys, Vets and Hendrick, have always been great rivals. Same city, private school versus public school.
Looking for the big lift. Not there.
Always been clashing. And there's the 2 different body types.
It's always great to see that.
Too.
Fans get more into it when there's a big rivalry going. It's great to see.
And again, I want to point out the body type difference between the 2 of these guys.
Short
they've always got, long, tall, lean. Altieri's, short, a little stockier.
Altieri's really good with that underhook. Yeah. He uses it well. He uses it. He moves right away. Cornell NCAA champion Troy Nickerson used to use that. He'd say, hold on to it for less than 3 seconds. Anything more than 3 seconds, he'd move right away to something else. It looks like Altieri's follows the same mold.
It's good advice to take. What's he looking for here on top, Justin?
He's looking to elevate the hips just like he's doing. Hip in hard and break Duvall's grip. Secure the 2 right now. There's no control. If he can hook behind that leg and get that in tight, get his hips in tight, he could have gotten the 2, but right now there's no control, no takedown. Good tie by the Warwick Vets wrestler.
That's a great single he's wearing too. Nice looking. You see the hurricane warning flags in the back of that thing.
It's nice. My alma mater was yellow and blue. It's my favorite colors.
First place.
Front headlock. End of the period. Choice, Bishop Hendricks. Altieri's been showing a lot of dominance from neutral. He's going to keep the position. He doesn't want to give Duvall a chance on top in case he's good with the legs. He's looking to use that underhook again. Altieri really likes it, and he's good with it. Look for him to keep using it. He sets it up well. He snaps the head, then goes for the underhook. Then he snapped the head, then went for a single. He changed it up. Maybe he was expecting him to go for the underhook. Nice Turk. He's looking to pop his head out here. Pop that right leg off his head. The green wrestler's looking to get his hips out. Get that leg out. Or roll through here in the funk. Throw that leg over his own head and roll through. Right now, nothing. It looks like if they stay here, the Warwick wrestler should get control here.
There's
He
the
does.
two.
Another match where one wrestler clearly seems more experienced and more dominant. Right controlling the Duvall controlling the right wrist of Altieri. Again, same outside single by Altieri that he before he set it up with the underhook. Now he just shot it without the underhook, and he set it up well, clubbing the head. The Bishop Hendrickson wrestler needs to create some action here. He needs to create more space, create more movement. Stand right up to his feet. He had pressure to escape. He didn't take it. Chin whip, looking for a chin whip. Altieri's too experienced.
Yeah, great job running behind him there to neutralize that. So to the second period, Johnny Altieri up over Jason Duvall.
Duvall's in the same situation as the previous two second place winners. He needs to score from top. He needs to keep forward pressure and do something big here in the last 2 minutes.
Just I'm sure, you know, you've been used to it. It can sometimes be tough when you got a short, stocky, strong guy on bottom, and he's up, and you know, significant amount of points to try to turn somebody with that type of build.
Absolutely, the strength of that kind of build. When you're in your bottom, you want to stay as tight of a ball as you can. You don't want to let him get extended. And when you have a short, stockier body, it's easier to keep it tight, compact with your knees and close to your chest. Right now, the Hendricks wrestler is trying to extend him out. Oh, doesn't get it. Escape by Altieri. Altieri's gonna he'll probably keep shooting, but he doesn't need to. He can relax a little bit here. Hopefully he doesn't. That's when a guy's open for upsets. It looks like the Bishop Hendricks wrestler is gonna stay aggressive. Let's see what the call is here. Off the edge.
A little bit of some drama over here, and who knows what's gonna happen? You know.
If there was a little more room on the edge of the mat, he might have had it. Put him in closer scoring distance to the win. Right now, Altieri's got a wide lead. 5 points is hard to come back from.
I would like to see Altieri take one more shot here, get the takedown, just lock it up.
Absolutely. You can never relax. The wrestler relaxes.
You know, you and I have seen a lot of 5-point throws in our days.
Absolutely.
You know?
I believe it was 2001. Anyone who saw the NCAA finals then remembers Rob Rowan hitting the big cement mixer on the Oklahoma wrestler when he was down by 12 points in the NCAA finals to win. That can happen at any time. Altieri can afford a stalling tall. It looks like he might use it. He can just hang out here if he wants to. But it doesn't look like
I feel like that's
Bishop
not
Hendricks
really
wrestler.
his,
It's not.
in his playbook.
I'm glad it's not. It doesn't look like the Bishop Hendricks wrestler had the throws to make it happen.
This is
Good effort by both
great
wrestlers.
match by Johnny
four-time All-Stater. I think he deserves a standing ovation. Four-time state champion.
You heard that, Justin? Four-time state champion.
An amazing career.
Altieri. That's an amazing career. Guy out of Warwick, that's my alma mater. It's beautiful to see that.
It's great to see, great to see. People get really excited for big athletic accomplishments like that. We'll see. I can't wait to see how he does in the New England this year.
I'm looking forward to that as well.
Wrestling for the 126-pound championship from Lincoln, Rhode Island. He has a record of 47-0, a senior with a career record of 174 wins and 16 losses. All-State as a freshman, 4th place at 112 pounds. State finalist as a sophomore at 120. Division II sectional champion as a sophomore at 120. State champion and most outstanding wrestler as a junior at 120 pounds. This season is undefeated with a record of 47 wins and 0 losses. Champion of the Mount Hope Holiday Invitational. Champion and most outstanding wrestler of the Eagles Holiday Bash at Franklin Tech. Champion of the Ted Peterson Invitational at Island Trees High School, Levittown, Long Island in New York. Champion and most outstanding wrestler of the Cumberland Invitational. Champion and most outstanding wrestler of the Johnston Invitational. Division II sectional champion. From Lincoln, Alex Delosio.
Justin, I think you just heard this kid's pretty legit.
213.
Absolutely.
Place in the States as a 10th
Anytime
grader,
you're undefeated,
he was 3rd in the Mount Hope.
You know what you're doing. You have to have days where you're hurt. You have to have days where you're sick. You have to have days where you're injured. And to have an undefeated record for anybody is always impressive.
John Soto.
You know, they just mentioned John Soto. He had a lot of third-place finishes in in-state tournaments. I bet a lot of those third places, his only losses were to this guy right across from him.
Absolutely. Delosio looks like the stronger wrestler, but looks can always be deceiving. He's looking for that double right away. Soto's too quick. He's gonna have to set that shot up if he wants to make it work. Way to stay aggressive, get on that single, come out the back door. Looking to come out the back door again. Soto doing a good job of hitting the funk, staying in the game. The Lincoln wrestler is tough. He has very good technique here. He knows what he's doing. He's trying to drive his shoulder into Soto's hips. Break that grip around his legs.
What just happened there, Justin? Technical violation?
It looks like there was two takedowns and an escape. I think the technical violation was because once he got the takedown, he kept his hands locked around the body, which is a 1-point violation. So he got the escape and the violation. The score is tied. 2-2. Ankle pick, beautiful ankle pick. He comes around, finishes for a double, grabs both legs. He shoots that shot really low. It's really nice to see.
Soto looks so explosive, though. You know, I wouldn't rate him off in this match. I mean,
absolutely not. He's quick,
very tough, but he's fast, strong, and looks like the kind of guy who doesn't care who's across from him.
Absolutely not. He's coming. He came to wrestle hard, which is what we like to see. Dropping down to the legs. Delosio still on top. Reversal by Soto, nice reversal. Soto, very nice reversal by Soto. We created space well.
Now this match is all tied up 4-4.
I would have liked to see Delosio put more forward pressure on top. He looked very strong on his feet. He didn't show the same aggression on top that he did on his feet.
Oh.
Soto.
Speak out of turn, but, you know, could have been saved by the bell there at the end, too.
He did a good job of bringing the ear up by the head to really create a lot of pressure on the shoulder to start to get the turn. It's interesting to see if he'll get another chance on top to try that half Nelson again.
Well, you get your chance to see if you can play some more top pressure here.
Absolutely. Soto chooses bow. He's got to escape right away if you make that choice. Escape, Soto.
Soto is now up 5-4 against the undefeated Delosio.
Looks like Delosio lost a little bit of steam. We'll see if he stays as aggressive in the second as he was in the first. Did a good job getting in deep on that shot. Looking to dump that leg off to the side. Needs to pop his head out. Delosio needs to pop his head out. Pop his head clear right there, just like that. He can put him to his back if he keeps control of that leg. He's just gonna get the takedown. Good job by Delosio. Good job by Soto for bellying out. He doesn't quite have that Turk yet. He's not gonna get the turn right here. He's gonna have to get that a little deeper before he gets the turn there. Delosio needs to put more forward pressure. Soto needs to back pressure and get an escape. He has some room to move.
Soto needs to get that escape before the end of this period to tie it back up.
Delosio looks like he likes being in the shots. He's not as comfortable riding as he is on the legs, so he'd rather accumulate riding time by being in on the legs as opposed to riding on top. A strategy that works oftentimes. They're in a funky scramble. No points. That was exciting wrestling right there. I'm really excited to see the third. This is the best match we've had so far, the closest one.
Absolutely. Very technical. You know, these guys, you know, clearly highly skilled grapplers.
It's an interesting stylistic matchup. Soto seems to be more fluid. Alessio's more explosive.
You know, and Soto's, you know, he's going for that power half again, it looks like. He's looking for it, how he ended that first period.
Let's see if he can finish it this time. He did a good job of bringing the elbow to the ear. It gives me confidence in his power half. We'll see if Delosio has what it takes to come out the back door like he was trying to do the last time as well.
You know, you're John Soto's coaches here. He's on top. He's down by 1. What are you telling him?
Keep that pressure. Keep looking for a turn. I wouldn't look for these. Maybe if there's 45 seconds left, you cut him and get an escape. But right now, it looks like he's doing a good job keeping the forward pressure on. He has opportunities to turn here. I would keep looking for those for now. Maybe 30 seconds left. Cut him. Look for a takedown. Put into overtime. But right now, he's looking for a banana split. It's tight. It's tight. We'll see how flexible Delosio is. He's got to hit him really hard. I don't think he's going to get it. Oh, it's close. It's close. It's close. I don't think he has it. It's close. He might have it. 40 seconds. Stalemate. Oh, I would have liked to see that play out a little bit. Delosio could have gotten a reversal. I do not like that stalemate. I think they could have let it go another.
He is a real flexible cat, that Delosio.
I would have liked to
see
that
did not look comfortable. I do not envy him one bit after being in that position.
Not at all. He was in a rough situation, but he also had the opportunity to get a reversal there. It would have been interesting to see how that went if it went another 10 seconds. It could have stayed there.
You know, a lot of times, though, you know, people always think of the best wrestlers as being super aggressive, super offensive. You see a top-level wrestler's defense right there. That was a bad position, and he did not give in.
Absolutely. It showed solid defensive fundamentals.
15 seconds left. I mean, it's, you know, it's do or die here at the end, Justin.
8 seconds. He's got to do something big here. Quick tilt or something. It doesn't look like no. We have a state champion, and Alex DeLoisio.
Champion from Lake Rhode Island remains undefeated.
Great match.
Shows why he's undefeated this season. Shows the resiliency. He had a tough match there. It's probably one of the toughest he's had all season, and he still prevailed.
That was wonderful to watch.
3 times Divisional II sectional champion, 2013 state finalist, 2013 New England champion, third place in the championship. He came in third. His record, 11th grade, 18-0 overall, 82-3 from Moses Brown, Andrew Howard. His opponent, 11th grader, dual record of 3-1, Mount Hope Holiday runner-up, Franklin Tech champion. 11th grader from Johnston, Mike Caparco.
I watched Howard in his semifinal match. He had a pin in the third. He looked dominant throughout the entire match, though. He looks like a tough wrestler. I'm excited to see what him and his opponent Carpaco have today in the finals in front of this big crowd here.
Yeah, you know I love wrestlers who wear the chin straps on their headgear, so they're doubling up in this match. This is going to be a good one.
A dual athlete yourself. I'm sure you appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Football and wrestling for Warwick. Eric Gendron was a former state champion. He knows a thing or two about wrestling.
Not anything below about 200 pounds. It's all Greek to me.
It's a different game.
Nice job of Caparco to get out of bounds right there.
Absolutely.
You know, again, good mat awareness. All the best guys have it.
That was an interesting scramble. Normally you wouldn't want to step over that, but it looks like he had confidence in it. He's done it before. He knows where he can get in trouble and where he has room to wiggle.
These a couple strong-looking 132s. You know,
stuff in the head.
Both super aggressive guys pushing each other around. That's something I can definitely get behind.
Good elbow control by Howard. I'd like to see. Looking for a dump. Hits it right to his back.
Great dump.
Near fall points here. He's got his 3 points.
Really bad for Parco.
Looking for the fall.
Really bad position.
Tough situation to come back in.
Fight off
just like we were in the 106-pound matchup.
And there's that 5-point throw we were talking about earlier.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how Carpaco comes back from that. Well done fighting off his back, though. Howard is a pinner, as he's shown in the semifinals.
Justin, I do want to comment on the crowd here tonight. There's an awful lot of folks here for this state finals.
It's very impressive. Rhode Island's clearly showing a lot of love for the sport of wrestling today. It's exciting to see. Wrestling is growing at all levels, except for, unfortunately, the Division I level. Hopefully, this big crowd and everything that's going on and all the great wrestling today is going to inspire the Boston University Wrestling Program, which is currently, for those of you who don't know, currently is in jeopardy of losing their program. Carl Adams has been there for 35 years.
Flip goes to Caparco.
Carl Adams is a legacy in New England wrestling, and hopefully creates enough awareness and BU does the right thing and restores their program there. Howard staying aggressive.
It's a sad thing to see, Justin. You know, a lot of these guys work so hard, and the opportunities for them to keep wrestling at the next level are dwindling year by year. You know, and it's a shame.
Title IX regulation was a good regulation. It had good purposes, but in practice, it's not being used as well. For those of you who don't know, it's a gender equity law. a lot of college wrestling programs are cutting their men's programs. The idea was to add women's programs to keep a ratio of male to women's athletes in line with their students. But instead of adding women's programs, they end up cutting men's programs like wrestling.
You know, I'm watching this match here. I mean, Howard's getting more and more confident as this match goes longer.
He's staying aggressive. It's nice to see. He has a 5-0 lead. He's not going to sit on it.
They have very similar builds. I mean, Howard seems to be the stronger guy here. Kind of, you know, putting Carparco where he wants to.
Carpaco's staying aggressive as well. He's getting after it. He's got to keep scoring. It's the second period. He's got to put some points on the board if he wants to stay in this match.
And there's that stalling warning. I mean, he's just getting driven back over and over again by Howard.
Another dump by Howard. Let's see if he can put him back to his backhand. No, just 2 points, but still beautiful dump. He really likes that move. He's very good at it.
And we got a problem with some people getting in the way. It's tough to see the match. Howard's doing a really good job of riding right now. He's getting his back tight. Points. It's tough to see.
It's a nice tilt. Rolls through.
That's 2 back points for Howard. You can go, leave it in the middle, go up and tell them to move out of the way. Like, hey guys, move over. Like, it's harder for the coaches, but the ref, tell them to move.
You know, Howard's hit that dump twice now. They say a wrestler doesn't need a whole lot of moves. You need 1 or 2 moves that you hit really, really well. And it looks like Howard's move is that dump.
Yeah, he's probably hit that 1,000 times. You know, probably hits it 1,000 times a week. You know, on the mats, you know, in his gym.
Absolutely,
you know,
he's so good at it.
Would you rather do 1,000 moves one time or one move 1,000 times?
One of my old wrestling coaches used to say he could draw a diagram of the move he was going to hit on his opponent, send it to him a week before, let him study it, and he's hit it so many times and so good at that one move he would hit it anyway.
That's the confidence you have to have. Now, heading into this final period, we got Howard up 9-0. Parco. It's a real tough position. It's a tough place to be. Nice. I'm looking for a real aggressive last period here.
From Carpaco especially, he needs to make something happen if he wants a chance to win the state championship here today.
It's good. These guys came out, you know, ball of fury, but they're going to finish that way.
Carpaco doing a good job getting the elbow behind the shin of Howard to finish his takedown. He's trying to circle behind and pull out that shin leg towards him.
We've got a DQ here, and they're
wow.
saying it was he bit him.
I have seen this before, but very, very, very rarely. This almost never happens. I think I've seen it once in my 15, 20-year career as a wrestler. Carpaco clearly frustrated. There's a lot of emotions running high in these wrestling matches.
A lot of emotions.
These wrestlers put a lot of time and discipline into training for these matches. When it's not going their way, sometimes you get very frustrated. It's not good sportsmanship. We do not condone this behavior, but sometimes with teenage boys, they get angry. They don't know how to handle it. It's unfortunate, but Howard deserved the win nonetheless.
Second in the Robert Smith Invitational. Career record of 105.30 from Johnston, Tim Tedesco. His opponent from Cranston West, record this year of 30-1 overall record, 87-6. He was the Johnston Invitational Champion, Natick Invitational Champion, and North Province Invitational Champion. From Cranston West, Max O'Connell.
I'm gonna say one thing first and foremost. Max O'Connell's got great hair.
I know, as a man with great hair yourself, I know you can appreciate that.
Absolutely.
you don't know, Eric Gentry considers himself a fashion connoisseur, and I don't think too many would argue with him.
No, I don't think any would. Like the last matchup, we saw two Bulldogs, short, stocky guys, strong. These guys look to be longer, lankier guys, similar type builds as well. I love watching these guys, their wrestling style. I like watching the shots, I like watching their setups, especially when they're on top throwing legs. I love cradles, and I'm hoping to see some more of those tonight.
Absolutely, I'm sure we will, Eric. Cranston, West, and Johnston both have other guys in the finals. I've seen both these teams have success in the past. It's always good when two strong programs have two wrestlers in the finals. It's often a rivalry. Lots of fans. It's good to see.
And I think it's interesting to note that as these weights get higher and higher, Justin, we're going to see a lot more tie-ups.
It could happen.
Something I'm fond of. You know that.
As a heavyweight, I do. And as one of your part-time wrestling coaches, sometimes I've seen it in action. It's effective. It's not pretty.
Put the forearm on the shoulder and push. So what's Tedesco looking for there?
He's looking to set up his shot, get in deep. So right now Tedesco is looking to take off the Russian tie, change levels. He's looking to change levels, get in on a single, or maybe if the Cranston wrestler turns in hard, hit a double. O'Connell looking for a dart single. Comes back out. It's a safe move. He didn't overcommit to it. We're gonna end the period 0-0. Lots of wrestling, not a lot of scoring.
As you know, sometimes that pushing each other around can be more tiring than anything else in that first period. Though.
Absolutely.
I would be remiss if I did not mention that both of these guys are wearing the same shoes, opposite colors that match their singlets perfectly.
Again with the fashion, kick never fails. Peterson roll, awesome Granby into a Peterson.
Wow.
Reversal, quick two backs. Well done by the Johnson wrestler. That's exciting wrestling. O'Connell did not expect that.
I don't think anybody did.
It was a very nice roll. One of my much older wrestling coaches couldn't help but say, "Someone get some butter for that roll." Looking for the single, looking to bring that single right, looking to pull him back down to the mat.
There's Yusuf O'Connell now. 1 point.
I like the hand fighting from the Johnson wrestler. I like that he's looking for those Russians. Russians are very effective, high percentage setup in wrestling.
Yeah, you teach a lot of those yourself.
I was a fan. Many of I was taught by Olympian Dave Obel, big on 2-on-1s and Russians, because he competed against many. Fourth in the 1956 Olympics.
You are just a treasure trove of wrestling knowledge.
When you're passionate about something.
It shows.
Who can't get excited about wrestling, especially when it's a day like today in the Rhode Island State Finals?
If you can't get excited, you might not have a heartbeat. I don't want to call it too early, but I think in this last period, we're going to see Tedesco. It's his choice. I think he's going to take bottom, being up 2-1. If you're O'Connell, what do you do? What's your train of thought into this last period?
If I would choose down. He hasn't shown that nothing's happened where he can think or he won't think he can get out. You should be able to get the escape here, make it a tie match, and either look for a takedown, or if nothing happens, it'll go into overtime. But hopefully, we'll see some more action here. Keeps that leg up high. Tedesco gets that leg up high. O'Connell
pulling him back in, saying, "Get over here."
Doing a great job with that treetop. Sometimes guys get in trouble with that treetop of guys of the wrestler in red would be able to kick out, but Tedesco did not allow for that. He did a great job of securing that ankle, holding it tight, not letting O'Connell escape.
I mean, it's hard to fathom the amount of pressure that Tedesco has on him right now. He's up 2-1. O'Connell
back down to the leg.
only needs
O'Connell looks to escape.
1 point to tie it up, and TT to escape.
It's an exciting match, another close one here. Looking to bring him back down to the mat. If he doesn't,
extreme
he has
flexibility in
to.
his hamstrings.
Tedesco can't hang out there, otherwise he would get hit for stalling, for not returning him to the mat, even though he's on top. Forward pressure, stand up by O'Connell. See if he can get the hand control and escape. He's looking for hand control here. He needs hand control before he stands up.
Tedesco's doing a great job of controlling these legs, though.
Absolutely, yes. Every time he stands up, he drops back down. It's tough to stop. What O'Connell could do next time he stands up is keep his legs further away when he's standing up. Put his heels in the mat more instead of standing straight back. And they called an escape. Looks like he broke in just enough space.
The coaches aren't doing too happy here. What's going on?
Yeah, it was interesting. I didn't quite see enough space being broken.
It's 2-2. Did
Oh.
they give him that
Oh, perhaps it was a stalling call.
Stalling call.
I'm
How do you
sorry,
feel
my
about
mistake.
that?
Let's see what's going on here. He's giving the optional start. It looks like he doesn't think he's going to be able to ride him for the entire minute. Tedesco doesn't think he'd rather give him the escape for a point. He changed. It was a ploy. He made him think. He thought maybe he'd get a turn, get a quick turn there. But he went ahead with the plan, get the escape. That was a little hard on the head snap. Sometimes if you head snap really hard and you use it right away, you go on the shot, they won't call you for it. But if you're just head snapping, just a head snap and bang,
I've been on the road
aggressive.
into quite a few of those, my friend.
It happens. It happens.
Yeah, these guys are fired
I
up.
don't think that was intentional. It wasn't a punch. It wasn't a blow. He was just getting in there, getting aggressive, intense wrestling. It's what we like to see. But he needs to use it if he's going to swing that hard.
And these refs got to keep control of the room too.
Absolutely. It was shocking for the fans. The fans don't need to see that. They're not looking for that. They want to see some good, clean wrestling.
There are kids out there, Justin. They're to be seeing that stuff.
Absolutely. It was aggressive. It wasn't bad intentions, but it was illegal. It came.
Yeah,
it was unnecessary roughness.
This match just went from 2-1 Tedesco to 4-2 over a couple of.
Before Tedesco was looking for a takedown for the win. Now he's looking for a takedown just to put it into overtime.
45 seconds left.
It's a shame. Tedesco's really seemed like the aggressive wrestler here this entire match. The score is not reflecting that.
No.
Tedesco's been more aggressive from the feet.
And
but
they're going to probably throw a stalling for
O'Connell's done a good job of staying in good position, not allowing Tedesco to capitalize. 22 seconds left. Let's see if Tedesco can make a takedown
happen. Not gonna lie, my heart's pumping pretty hard here, Justin.
It's a really exciting 20 seconds. Let's see how it turns out. Russian by Tedesco. Looking for the pop and go. One stall, 1 point. Now he's looking for the win. If he gets a takedown, 10 seconds to get a takedown for the win. He's looking to get on the shot. O'Connell has great head-hands defense. And wrestling head-hands defense is the most important thing. O'Connell's just putting on great display here. O'Connell's going to put his hands down in circle. I don't think he's going to get another stalling call. That's the match. We have a state champion. Cranston West. That was an exciting match. I'm sure these two will meet again in New England. We'll see that match again.
We will.
Tollgate, 2014 Connolly champ, 2014 Marshfield Holiday Invitational champ, 2014 Division II sectional champ. His record this year is 41-2 from Tollgate, Aaron Travers. His opponent, with a record of 148-37 career record, he's 3 times champ at South County Tournament, 2-time champ at Mount Greylock Tournament.
Little known fact, Justin, as a Massachusetts guy, South County, not a real place.
From Punagansett,
the whole area in Rhode Island, but there's no actual South County.
know what? I didn't even know South County existed for Massachusetts.
Now you do.
And now we know it still doesn't exist. Thank you for that bit, Eric. A treasure trove yourself.
Nice shot by Travers.
Gets in deep. Nori hips in hard.
Look at the arm length on Nori. When he stands up straight.
He's going to be able to get in deep on some shots without covering as much distance as a shorter wrestler would. I had a wrestler on my college team with extremely long arms. He would shoot from very far away, do things you wouldn't expect would work. He'd just grab on fingers. He had extremely strong back and just suck those legs in. We called him Inspector Gadget because when he got in there, it was go-go gadget arms.
And you know what? It can be very deceptive. I wrestled against very similar type guys, and you think you're safe because they're so far away. And they take that shot, and you don't think you're in danger. But like you said, those arms they seem to keep on going. You stretch Armstrong out there and grab your legs.
Nice go behind. Go behind. A lot of guys don't practice it enough in the room. It's great to see that Travers does. It's one of the highest percentage takedowns in wrestling.
Everybody likes to watch the fancy stuff. Everybody likes to practice the fancy stuff. At the end of the day, it's the basics.
Absolutely. The guys who are Olympians, John Smith would just practice his stance 20 minutes a day, every single day, through his 6 world titles every single day. Basics, basics, basics. John Smith is one of the greatest American freestyle wrestlers of all time. 2-time Olympic champ, 6-time world champ. He preaches nothing but stances. That's all his Oklahoma State head coach, one of the winningest head coaches in history. Nothing but stance for his entire team for the first few months of practice.
It's a heck of a resume.
Almost unparalleled. 2-1 match, Travers. Nori from Ponagansett and Travers from Tollgate. Another go behind. Two teams that we haven't seen so far in the finals. It's good to see some parity in Rhode Island wrestling.
At Tollgate, another Warwick High School. Across town from Vets and Pilgrim and Bishop Hendricken. Always tough kids out of there too. Ponagansett again. Like I remember wrestling against Ponagansett several times. In my high school days, like real tough physical wrestlers.
Travers defers. It's great when a coach can preach a real physical style. A la Dan Gable, the greatest, the most legendary American wrestler of all time. And the stories of his mental toughness and what he put his wrestlers through are legendary and countless. Please don't get me started.
I won't. For the benefit of everybody else. It's now 4-2, Travers.
Travers could come inside with that left arm. We don't like to see him hang out on the right side. Nori doing a good job controlling the head. Nice single. Nice sweep single. Nori didn't see it coming. Couldn't stop it. Couldn't finish. He needs to keep circling when he gets in there, keeps driving in with his legs. Nori does a great job of defending, hipping in hard.
Oh.
Nice aggressive hips by Nori. Nori's got an interesting body type. It looks like he's made for wrestling. He doesn't go to the gym to do bicep curls. He lifts back. He does deadlifts. He lifts.
He looks
with
very strong.
With the thought of wrestling in mind, nothing but it.
And I'll be honest again, back to the arm length. It might be tough to see, but when he stands up, his reach is pretty unbelievable.
Again,
combine that with someone who's strong, it can be a real bad combination for your opponent.
Absolutely.
Travers with another takedown. Nori with another escape.
Nice. Nori needs to circle. He needs to keep circling when he's on his knees if he wants to stop that go behind. He needs to circle, not stay on his knees, come right back up to his feet. Travers, it just appears to be a bit quicker than Nori today so far, and as the second period comes to a close. 7 seconds.
You can finish this
Looking for a pancake. Travers drives through hard.
Just outside.
Nice takedown. 3 seconds left to go. That's what we like to see. Don't relax until the last. Oh, he didn't get awarded the points. I think that was a good call by the referee. He didn't have full control.
Did not have full control, and his feet were not within the circle, my friend. All right, we're heading into the third here. Train of thought. You know, you're Nori's coaches. What are you telling them?
Stay aggressive on top. Look for the turns. He hasn't shown any success from the feet so far. I would forward pressure, just like we've talked about before today. Lots of forward pressure. We can see more forward pressure on top. He's not going to get the turn hanging back like that, unless he's looking for something that I'm not seeing. He could be looking for a pop and lift. Wrestlers have unique styles. He could be looking for a pancake if he spins hard. I don't see it though. Beautiful double.
Great double.
He gets
Travers.
in so deep, penetrates hard, doesn't even need a setup. He gets in so deep. Finishes super well. He catches Nori sprawling hard on him. When he spins, he moves his hips. When Nori goes to sprawl, he's not even there anymore. Nori falls flat. It's only 5 points. We've seen bigger comebacks, but right now Nori hasn't put together the offense to make it happen.
Unless I'm mistaken, and I do have a bad short-term memory, but I don't think Nori's had any offensive points. I think they've all been escapes at this point.
I believe you're correct here, Eric. He needs to open up, show something new, show some aggressive, be unpredictable here. If he keeps playing the same game, he's not going to win the state championship here today. Travers is doing a great job. His shots are really slick wrestler. It's great to see. Good. Travers has good hips. He tried to hip up.
Nori with a nice takedown right on the edge of the mat.
It was a beautiful takedown by Nori. I think Travers relaxed a little bit. He's sitting on his lead for a minute. That's what can happen. You get taken down when you relax for a minute. In wrestling, 6 minutes, you have to wrestle hard every second or you will get taken down. No escape. Nori has 41 seconds to get a tilt, a turn, something to score 3 points. Put him on his back. Letting him up isn't going to do any good at this point. He needs to keep forward pressure, not let Travers be so light on his hands. Travers is super light on his hands. He has plenty of room to move on from bottom. It's a mistake by Nori. It's going to cost him this match probably.
Yeah, I mean, that could be it right there. This goes up by 4, back to the feet.
25 seconds. He needs to hit a big throw.
And then a nice shot by Travers.
Travers is in deep.
Again with the mat awareness.
He's going to have to hit some big throw here by Nori. He's not looking for it. Maybe a cut back in that situation if he's in his legs. It's tough to do. Nori's in a very tough spot here.
10 seconds left. Travers keeps on shooting.
It's a good strategy when he's on your legs.
That's
it's tough to put.
It's a good offense.
Absolutely. It's true in any sport, especially wrestling. State champion.
145
Colgate.
Colgate, Aaron Travers.
Great match.
Absolutely. Travers has a really slick double. It'll serve him really well in college if he chooses to wrestle.
From Mount Hope High School with an overall record of 99-12. Emmanuel Dorsey.
99-12.
It'd be really interesting to see how some of these seniors, if they choose whether or not to wrestle in college next year, and see how they do.
He was the 138-pound champion in 211-12, 212-13, 145-pound state champion, 212-213, 145-pound New England champion. Career record 152-9. From Exeter West Greenwich, Christian Labrie.
You watched this guy earlier, Justin. Tough. Real tough.
You ask anybody in this tournament who are the wrestlers to watch here, they'll tell you the Labrie brothers.
Yep.
His twin brothers wrestling next at the 160-pound weight class. These two are studs. They're returning New England champions. Their fathers are wrestling coaches. They've been wrestling since they were in diapers. It's great to see that kind of skill and athleticism on display here today.
Absolutely. You know, they've been wrestling each other their entire lives.
Beautiful. They're explosive. They're sharp. They know exactly what positions they need to be in.
They seem in the perfect combination of strength and length we were talking about before.
Absolutely. They wrestle with a physicality you don't always see at the high school level. With intensity, you see how aggressive they are. You see that at college. Not even in college, you don't even see that all the time.
I believe you mentioned earlier, you know, sometimes it can be hard for these young men to really understand the athleticism in their bodies sometimes. They're still growing into it and not knowing how to use it. Not these guys. No,
they're truly men amongst boys here. It would be a big upset. Borsay is a tough wrestler. He's had a great tournament. And we wrestle these matches for a reason. The Labrie brothers are expected to be dominant here today. Borsay had a pin in the second period of his semifinal match, showing some dominance. You can never count a wrestler out, especially a pinner like Borsay.
Again, good mat awareness by Labrie, pulling him back in.
These guys were at 45 and 52 last year. Christian Labrie was a 45-pounder. He went up to 52. His brother Andrew was a 52, moved up to 160. Both state champions. Looking for an iron cross. This is what we call an iron cross. This is dominant. If he puts him to his back here, it's going to be tough for Borsay to get off his back. I would expect him to get the fall here. The iron cross is a tough move. He lost the iron cross, but he still has the pinning combination. He could, 12 seconds to get the fall. He might get it. Let's see. Shoulders are close. Breeze, aggressive.
Man,
2 seconds left.
2 seconds left on the clock. First period pin.
State champion, dominant performance by Christian Labrie. His brother's up next. Let's see if he can repeat. Outstanding performance, state championship for the first Labrie. His father must be proud.
I don't have the data on me, but I'd like to know the total time wrestled by that young man tonight.
I'm sure he's in contention for the least falls and most falls and least time award.
I think we all know what you're trying to get to. The most falls in the least amount of time.
Exactly. That's it. Although that's what I said, and I'm standing by it. Labrie with a win over over a Mount Hope wrestler in the semis. Stewart in the green with a win by fall also over Brosnahan of Tollgate in the semis. Bree with a quick takedown. Quick like his brother.
He's looking for that cradle.
Could we see two quick bins?
Many cradles like him tonight. It's my favorite.
It's a dangerous situation right here. The green wrestler has his hand behind the head that can make the cradle dangerous. Labrie smart. He's an experienced wrestler. He bailed there. You were a cradler yourself.
I was. You know, just always loved that move.
It's good for guys with long arms. Underhook by Labrie. Stewart needs to needs to pummel in, get that underhook back, get that underhook out of there. Control the hand fighting. The Labries are both great hand fighters. Good job snapping the head. Again, that physical style. That's what we like to see. Shuck by Stewart. Deep shot, re-shot. Stewart hit a shuck. They relaxed for a second. He was expecting a shot right away. Labrie capitalized, took the shot. Stewart recovered quick enough to defend it. Nice deep double, gets his hips in deep, lifts. Drives in, gets his hips underneath him, uses all legs there. A lot of times in high school, guys don't use their legs enough. He's strong. He knows how to use his hips and his legs. He's not content just being in on his knees on the shot. It's great to see.
You know, going back to these you know, Stewart, you know, you never want to write these Hendricken guys out, though. It's always a tough wrestling room there. They got, you know, great coaches.
Success breeds success, as they say.
Yeah, absolutely. Steel sharpens steel.
It's great to have so many from one team in the finals. Stewart defers to Labrie. Stewart's hanging in tough. If it wasn't for Labrie's, it seems like the state championship would be his to walk through. Granby roll by Labrie. Exciting wrestling there.
Explosive.
And a knee tap right away. Labrie's are great chain wrestlers. They don't stop after one move. They hit from one move to the next, and that's what makes them great wrestlers.
It's almost ingrained in him. He doesn't even have to think about doing that at this point in his career.
He could probably do it in his sleep.
He probably does it in his sleep once in a while.
Wouldn't surprise me. There's not a wrestler out there who hasn't woken up in the middle of the night with a headlock on his pillow at some point. Labrie, good pressure on top. Looking for the half, drives it hard. That good hip pressure allowed that half to happen.
No, we got a minute left.
He elevated those hips.
You know,
ran the half hard.
Stewart's fighting tough, but so, you know, it's a bad position to be in, and he's got plenty of time to spend there.
Labrie is brutal on top. Just so aggressive. It's tough for anyone to deal with. And another fall by another Labrie.
Second round, and I'm sorry, by Labrie.
Coach Labrie must be very, very proud today.
Absolutely. And the Labrie brothers strike me as the kind of guys who sleep on their stomach because they don't know what it's like to spend time on their back.
All the great wrestlers, that's what they say. Very true, Eric, very true.
It's you, me, Hayes, and Dupree tonight.
Sounds like a great movie.
We watched Dupree wrestle earlier. Physical kid.
Absolutely. He's much stronger than a lot of the guys here at his weight class in high school wrestling. He's truly built like a man, not a boy.
Let me see a nice display of that strength there.
Hips in hard. I like how he circles around, goes right in for that single, looks to pick it up. Looking for the trip, looking for backhand reach. It's not there. I like how he's looking for one thing to another. He's not content.
He's got to have that mat awareness. There you go. Give him some room to work.
Well done. Pulls him back in. Exactly.
You know, what are you doing if you're Hayes?
Trying to keep your balance, hip it, pressure in. Try and create some. Do exactly what you get. Just clear your hips out just like he did. He's very flexible. Very impressive defense by Hayes. Impressive finish by Dupree. These guys clearly experienced scramblers. Hayes looks like a strong wrestler himself. Strong legs, which are really important in every aspect of wrestling.
you know, we're really getting to the point in these matches, Justin, you know, 170 above where strength can play, you know, a bit of a factor.
It's huge in high school. If there's a big strength disparity, strength is technique. It allows your techniques to be executed much more effectively. Deep double. Nice setup well. Gets in deep, gets his hips underneath him. Cumberland wrestler creates enough space with his hips, clears his hips away enough. It looks like we're gonna have blood time.
Blood time. Yeah, he had his nose is bleeding pretty bad earlier, Justin. I don't know if he broke it. You know, it's taped up pretty good.
I'm sure it's not gonna interfere with his wrestling here today, but it's gonna cause some interference
I don't
in
think
the
it's
match.
gonna affect his shots one bit. He's a tough young man.
Wrestlers, we lead with our face. It's good to see.
Yeah,
broken eyes are just part of the game.
You know, another historically tough high school. Another, you know, historically tough, you know, guys coming out of Coventry. Always a good wrestling program, and you know, back in the day, well before my time, they were the powerhouse in Rhode Island.
It's great to see that they're still showing some success.
Yeah, absolutely.
The official merchandiser for the Rapids Classic League, located in the United States. Stop by and purchase all your championship apparel.
The back, he's got that nose all plugged up.
Good hand fighting by Hayes. Looking for the knee pick. Wizard is stopped by Dupree, and a throw by Hayes. Hayes is strong. I really like that throw by Hayes. That was a great scramble, great action. I'm really excited for them to match here now. 3 seconds left in the first period.
He's trying to use that strength against him. He's going to push into him like that. He's going to get thrown.
This has the makings to be one of the best matches here today. I'm excited to see how the next two periods play out. Red rest. Dupree chooses down. Hayes is going to look for a reshot. Dupree creates space. Scrambles out.
Oh.
Not quite out. Looks for a Wizard.
Great save by Hayes there.
Stays on top. Well done. Hayes does a good job of pressuring in, keeping forward pressure at all times while wrestling. These are two aggressive wrestlers. It's great to see.
You can hear the Cumberland coaches saying he's tired. He's tired, talking about Dupree. You know, that can play a huge factor. I mean, it's hard for me to see. I think he looks okay, but they may be seeing something that I'm not.
I agree. I don't see him tired yet, but he could be slowing down. It's possible. It looks to me right now that Hayes is just doing a great job of keeping the forward pressure on, which can play a toll on someone's psyche. It's very tiring being on bottom, trying to constantly get out like that. It's a very exhausting game, especially for someone. Oftentimes people think big muscles equate to being strong and success in wrestling. Dupree is a very strong wrestler. Sometimes it can be too much. It takes a lot of oxygen to put a lot.
You beat me to the punch. I was going to say the same thing myself.
To fuel those muscles.
If you know,
as
Dupree,
an nutritionist yourself, let's hear what you.
You know, clearly Dupree spends a lot of time in the weight room, and you know that can be 90% helpful, but sometimes the 10% is when you have a little more muscle on your body. You know, your heart's got to pump all that blood and that oxygen to get it out there, and it can tire you out if it's not on your natural frame.
It's an interesting thing to think about.
You're
a lot of people don't.
not balancing out your weightlifting with your cardio. It could take its effect. Not saying that that's Dupree's case, but in general, that can be a malady.
Absolutely. Dupree hasn't really shown that he's tired at all. I haven't seen it. He's just facing a really tough top wrestler in Hayes. Wizards in hard. These guys stops with his head.
These guys are putting in 100% effort. You know, Dupree trying to explode out of there.
You've got
He's
to.
doing his best.
You've got to. When you
Everything
want to win
he's
the
gonna stop.
170-pound state championship, these guys aren't boys anymore. Most of them are freshmen and sophomores. When you have another man coming after you as hard as you can, wanting that as bad as you do, it's all about who wants it more.
Absolutely.
And often, both guys just want it infinitely bad. It's whoever's better trained. There's so many factors. But this one's exciting. It looks like they're both very well prepared, and they're both willing to almost die on this mat today to win this match. Some people think that sounds extreme, but it's the mentality that often wrestlers have walking into these matches. You go and go and go until you can't go anymore.
Oh, yep, absolutely.
Back to Dan Gable, his goal was to leave the wrestling room was to not be able to stand on his own feet before he left the wrestling room every day. It looks like these guys might have a similar work ethic. Escape Dupree. Dupree's still winning. So even though I got ridden out that whole last period, there's no riding time in high school, meaning no points were scored. He's still in the lead. Hayes still needs to be aggressive and score here.
We're all right at the end there. That was a really bad decision by Hayes to take that shot with 3 seconds left.
Oftentimes you can score, but it looks like he didn't. He was too sloppy. He was too careless. He didn't expect that to happen. That's unfortunate for Hayes. Now he's in a much deeper hole to dig himself out of for this third period.
What's he looking for, Justin?
Looking for a bar arm. He's not being super overly aggressive with it. Right now he's on top. He's winning. He's up by 4 points. He's not trying to create a lot of action. But if he wants to, he could be looking for the turn. But he's not going to force it to run out to the side, put him to his back, turn his hips over. He lost the position. Fresh start for Hayes.
No points given on that.
Hayes doing a good job coming to his feet. Dupree's putting a lot of forward pressure, driving him off the mat. Hayes dig his heels in the mat and put some back pressure in. Stop Hayes from driving him forward if he wants to make this escape happen. Or try something else other than a stand-up. Stand-ups are the highest percentage escape from bottom.
Yeah, I mean, Hayes is trying to employ, get up and run. That was something that I used to like to do myself.
Yeah.
Make it hard for the guy to hold you.
Sometimes it's hard to run. You need to dig your heels back in. You'll run off the edge of the mat and not get your points. It's unfortunate for Hayes. 50 seconds left for Hayes to make something happen. Dupree's doing a good job of keeping the forward pressure. Not allowing Hayes to create space to escape. In general, a top wrestler is always looking to eliminate space between the hips of himself and the bottom wrestler. Keep that space to a minimum. The bottom wrestler is trying to create as much space as possible so that he can escape.
Stalling on Dupree.
Dupree's not doing the reason he got hit. He's staying behind the wrestler. He's not coming out to the side. He's not looking to turn. He's just looking to ride and stay on top, which is stalling in wrestling. He can afford another one of those calls if he wants. The first calling call is 1 point. Second is another point. A third stalling warning would be 2 points, and the opponent would get choice.
I don't think you're going to call that now.
No, sir. That should secure him the match and the state championship.
Yeah, with less than 10 seconds left, you can just keep him there.
He's going to hang out and enjoy his 2014 Rhode Island State Championship.
And that's it. Dylan Dupree. Great match. Great match.
Hard
Lots
fought.
of fun to watch. Tough fight. Hayes.
Absolutely. Hayes came after him. Hayes fought hard. That was one of my favorite matches here today.
Wrestling for the 182-pound championship from Arkansas. Three-time Division II champion, fought in New England, 2013. He's the Wilson Cup champion, Chad Hancock champ. The North Richmond champ, North Providence champ.
Another Bishop Hendrickson wrestler in the finals. They're having an outstanding year, aren't
Bishop
they, Eric?
Hendricken guys, yeah. I mean, I don't have the stats on the team standings here, but I got to imagine that these guys are running away with it.
It would be hard to see a possibility where another team could capture this championship. Wrestler from Narragansett. It's a lovely beach town here in Rhode Island.
Wonderful. You don't see a lot of Narragansett guys, making it this far historically from what I can remember in tournaments that I've been to. Just smaller, a lot of less guys down there. It's probably hard to get together a full program.
It's great to see smaller programs having competitive wrestlers. It shows the dedication that Gallagher must have to the sport. Jockeying for position here. They're looking to control the hand fighting, to create setups and look for their takedowns. He got the two. He locked up the front cradle. That's two.
Yeah, it's a great setup.
Snap down. Snap down's another highly effective thing, effective move,
especially at these bigger weights.
Absolutely. You get it.
Guys pushing forward, trying to use that strength, getting into the tie-up.
More momentum leaning forward.
Absolutely. A lot more weight.
Fall a lot harder. Looking for a tilt. Gallagher looks like a really mature wrestler here. He's being patient with everything he does. Everything he does is deliberate. For the most part, he's calm, taking his time. I'm not saying he's not being aggressive. But it looks like Bosch is just using a little bit more energy.
Blind aggression and using it the right way.
Exactly what I mean here. He came in, hit that shot hard, know exactly what he's looking for.
Wow.
Hit it with some
nice
intensity.
Finish by a big fella.
It was beautiful. That was a really nice finish, or as you put it, the big wrestler from Narragansett. Gallagher showing a lot of confidence here in the first round.
Yeah. I mean, I'll tell you what, too, man, he's looking as cool as the other side of the pillow. It looks like he hasn't even broken a sweat yet himself. I don't think he's breathing heavy.
Walking like a champion goes a long way. One escape.
Another point for Bosch.
I'd like to see Gallagher. It's good that he's snapping the head. I'd like to see him hang on it a little bit less.
Beautiful takedown.
Great snap down. Great finish.
Yeah, we're just about halfway through this match here, Justin, and I mean, Mike Gallagher just looks entirely dominant to me.
He's showing some really explosive takedowns, some explosive head snaps. He's coming behind well. Bosch isn't able to keep his hips underneath him to stop those head snaps from bringing forward and allowing Gallagher to get the takedown.
At what point is it factoring into Gallagher's head when he gets that takedown? Is he thinking, I don't even want to bother holding him here? Am I letting him up? Am I going to take him down again?
It depends on how much time is left on the clock. It doesn't look like he's a big rider. He doesn't like to spend a lot of time on top. But if there's only a short time amount on the clock, it doesn't make sense to cut him. Right now there's 35 seconds. It's debatable. He could go either way. He could try and get one more. I think 30 seconds left. He's probably going to try and ride him out on top. Finish the round on top. Maybe even get backs. Look for some backs in the last 20 seconds.
Just a great display of offense here by Mike Gallagher.
Absolutely. He's showing intensity. He has patience, but with aggression with that patience. It's beautiful to see.
As we head into the third period here, Mike Gallagher's up 8-3.
He chooses down. He has a lot of confidence. He's going to be able to escape.
Bosch.
This is if Bosch wants a chance to win here, this is going to be a great opportunity for him to show what he's got on top.
Yeah, we haven't seen him in this position yet.
Gallagher able to escape
like
right away.
Great escape.
He corkscrews his hips out beautifully. Gets a quick escape. That's what we like to see. Gallagher looks like a wrestler who can have a lot of success in college if he chooses to wrestle.
Aggressive, strong, effective shots.
That's what we like to see.
He keeps doing the same thing over and over again too, as you were saying before.
One thing.
How many times has he drilled that move? Probably,
exactly.
More times than anybody can count.
That's a great point. Bosch knows it's coming. He hasn't been able to stop it yet. He already has a major decision by more than 8 points. Let's see if Gallagher expands on the lead in the third period.
Justin, can you explain a major decision to us?
Yes, when there's a dual meet, it's mostly useful in dual meets and for team points. If you win a match by less than 8 points, it's a minority. It's a decision, a minority decision. By more than 8 points, it's a majority. It's a major. We call it a major decision. If you get 15 points in tech fall, and we all know what a pin looks like.
Seen a few of them tonight.
Absolutely, they've been beautiful. 6 points for a pin in a dual meet, 5 for a tech, 4 for a major. That one extra point. If it's only 3 points for a minor decision, that extra point can often be the difference between winning a dual meet and losing it. Another beautiful takedown by Gallagher.
Yeah, he's just shown a great display of offense yet again. With 37 seconds left here in this third period, and
it'll be interesting to see if Bosch tries
to have to pull something out of the woodwork to make something.
Gallagher just looks so much stronger from the upper body. It'd be really tough to see Bosch hitting any kind of throw to end up on top. Gallagher hits beautiful underhook throws. Every time Bosch has to get an overhook to throw, Gallagher uses it against him. Gallagher's wrestling beautifully. I'd really like to see him wrestle in college and wish him well if he chooses to wrestle. 15 seconds.
Your 2014 182-pound state champion, Michael Gallagher. Great match.
That was a great performance by Gallagher. One of the best of the night. Didn't appear to have any peers here today.
And Zekowitz, that's an awful lot of vowels in one last name.
It's tough to say, but he looks like a really strong wrestler. He looks explosive. physically, he looks to be much more imposing than Mark Conte from Johnston, Rhode Island. We'll see. That doesn't necessarily translate to being a better wrestler. We'll see how this plays out.
Work off of that. Change the levels and go. Hey, change the levels and go.
Jackowitz coming inside with that tie. Looking for an underhook. We're seeing a lot of the underhook today. It's a very effective setup. You see it at all levels of the game.
Oh.
See him use that underhook right there. For some people call it a over-under throw.
And back to your point, you were just saying, it looks like a more physically imposing figure, but he's got to capitalize on that. He's going to make a throw like that. He's got to sink his hips.
Conti did a great job of rolling through, not allowing any points. As you mentioned, we'd start to see more collar tying as we advance through the weights. You're going to see an awful lot
of that. We're pushing to 200 pounds here, and once you break that plane, it's even more of it.
Head snap and takedown. I like the setup. He could have changed levels a little more. Step in a little closer if you wanted to really commit to that shot. Jackowitz reaches right for the head. We'd like to see him use it if he's going to reach for it. Or hang on it. Put some more pressure on Conti's head.
Got to bring him back in and finish.
He's staying aggressive though. Conti's playing defensive. Nice shot by Conti, in deep, comes out the back. We'll see how the scramble plays out. Conti could, Conti was in great position. Great job by Jackowitz, clearing his leg from Conti's grips. Spinning behind, getting the takedown. Conti had a great deep shot there.
You don't see that kind of awareness from most big guys.
No, it was beautiful to see. He got in so deep, came out the back door beautifully. Couldn't capitalize. Jackowitz was too athletic. Escape by Jackowitz. Didn't look like Conti really wanted to ride him out at all. Didn't look like he had any desire to stay on top there. Jackowitz pushing forward. Nice snap down. Jackowitz is a strong wrestler. Nice, he drives in, perseveres, shoots in the double, changes up to come up to the hip, take his back, drags him down. Way to stay aggressive by Jackowitz. Conti's having a tough time dealing with the physicality of Jackowitz, his strength and intensity.
Jackowitz wants to bring this back to his feet.
Head in the center, spin behind, beautiful.
Beautiful, textbook.
Conti could have come up, tried to circle and whizzer his way out. Jackowitz was too quick. Spun behind right away. Jackowitz is doing a great job of keeping this a really physical match. He's clearly the better athlete. He's making it a very athletic wrestling match.
Play into your strengths.
Absolutely.
Which happens to be strength in the case of this young man.
What's not one of his strengths is having an easily pronounced last
no,
name.
It's not one of his strengths.
Optional start. It allows Conti to come to his feet. He gives Conti 1 point for the opportunity to score 2 more himself with the takedown.
A lot of support from the fans.
It's great to see. They're here from the first match to the last, cheering loudly. Another beautiful takedown by Jack. Another physical takedown. I wouldn't even call it beautiful. It was just physical and raw.
Unfortunately, his feet were out. He didn't get points for that one.
Oh,
one foot was out right before he brought it back in.
Interesting. You have to keep at least one supporting point in bounds for the takedown to count. In college this year, they instituted a rule where pins and takedowns can happen way out of bounds with only one point, just barely touching in. In high school, you still need to have a supporting point, not just any point. And you need to be within the confines of the matted area.
We got 1 minute left here in this match. Your 195-pound.
Jackowitz is snapping hard as well. As we saw earlier, if he keeps snapping that hard without shooting a takedown afterwards, he could get hit with an unnecessary roughness call. I like to see that aggression, though. It's beautiful to see. Conti looks like he doesn't want to be there right now.
No, you got to chance it. You know, you get in your opponent's head like that.
He can't deal with the aggression of Jackowitz, and he got hit for stalling as a result. Cale Sanderson used to use this technique. Guys would close up their game on them. He was afraid of them scoring too many points. They would shut down. So he would just move forward and get them hit for stalling over and over again until they opened up. It's what a dominant wrestler often has to do.
It's a mental game as much as it is a physical game.
Absolutely. When a guy's moving backwards, it takes a huge toll mentally on how dominant you feel in the match.
5 seconds left.
Looks like Jackowitz,
you know, about the end of this one,
is going to win a state championship for North Providence High School.
Hometown hero here, the Providence Career and Technical Center.
Looks like Jackowitz has a lot of fan support here today. Anyone who wins the Lowell Holidays, as we know, is got to be a great wrestler. That's a fantastic tournament. It's the toughest tournament of the year in New England. He's going to be a stud.
Yeah, I watched him earlier, Justin. This kid's real tough. Another guy, you know, trains with the LeBrie brothers at Exeter West Greenwich, knows his body, knows how to use it.
Excited to see what we got here as we enter the big boys. Your realm of expertise, Mr. Gendron.
Absolutely. I mean, big fellas, it's a different game than the little guys. It's, you know, completely different wrestling style. You know, a lot of times a little less finesse, a little more power. You know, it's.
And it looks like the Lowell Holiday champion is getting dominated earlier in this match. Another state champion for East-West Greenwich. West Greenwich.
Exeter West Greenwich. That can be a tough one.
Sometime when you're not from Rhode Island.
Fast match.
Very impressive to pin.
220-pound state champion.
Very impressive to pin a Lowell Holiday champion.
I believe Carl Neff is the Lowell Holiday champion.
These guys are both smaller for heavyweights. The 220-pounders almost look bigger than them. That doesn't mean they're any better. The Husky wrestler had a tough match in the semis that you and I both watched. He was very pumped up for it and got a big win.
You know, I love the big guys. Justin is as a Rhode Island State champion in this weight class we're watching right now. You know, it can be. You know, some people find them a little boring. You know, but there's some intricacies going on in that tie-up and that slapping back and forth. And a lot of times these refs will let the big guys be a little more aggressive with the snap downs and the head slaps and the pushing around than they will with the little guys.
It takes up a large part of the heavyweight game. Oftentimes, when heavyweights don't want to get stuck underneath on a takedown, they get sprawled out by another heavyweight.
Yeah,
as you know.
I can speak to that. Yeah, it's tough. I mean, you learn to play the game a little differently. Like, not that these guys can't shoot, but a lot of times they don't want to. You miss it as a little guy, you get back up. It's easy to get someone when he's 120, 140 pounds off of you. You get 285 pounds of meat on top of you, it's a whole different story.
Different ball game.
I heard he's the most handsome state champion they've ever had.
I heard he weighs like 400 pounds right now.
Justin, I noticed you're a little quieter in this match. It's like you don't really have too much to say.
There's not a lot happening right now. They're both jockeying for position.
Neither of them built like a jockey, though.
That they are not. That is one way, certainly, to put it, Eric. They're both talented wrestlers. I'm sure you can speak to the Husky wrestlers.
I watched Dallas Sauer in his semifinals match. I mean, he made real quick work of his opponent, Spencer Wynn.
It's impressive. He looks like a small heavyweight, and he still seems to be showing a lot of success.
From what I've heard from his peers, you guys been wrestling a long time.
Oh, almost a big throw on the hardwood.
That'll get the crowd into it.
The Bishop Hendricks wrestler is tough. It doesn't bother him one bit.
Sousa's got a bit of a strut going on. I love it.
This is what heavyweight wrestling's all about. Now this is something you can get excited about, Eric.
Now we get the crowd into it.
A heavyweight who can throw is something to see. A lot of confidence from Sousa.
A lot of confidence and great socks. Talking about the sock game earlier.
You're a man who appreciates the fine sock game.
I do.
You've got some nice ones on today yourself,
As a matter of fact, I do.
Not quite as nice as our friend Sousa's here.
No.
Looking for the turn. Sousa chose down,
from
having
what
a tough time escaping.
From his peers in the city, this is where Sauer excels, is on top.
Really,
turning a bigger opponent.
He's hipping in hard. He's driving in hard. He needs to drive the Mount Hope wrestler's shoulder into his ear to get to finish the takedown. Wasn't able to make it happen. Sousa did a great job on bottom of hipping it in the correct direction, coming right up to his feet. It's exactly what you're supposed to do in that situation. I really like Sousa's confidence here.
It looks like we're going to go to blood time. Dallas Sauer's got a bit of a bloody nose. A couple physical guys, doing a little headbutting, a little pushing, shoving. They're like a couple of wild buffalo, during mating season, fighting for dominance, just clashing head to head.
Something you know a lot about, Eric.
I mean, again, and I go back to the point. These heavyweight matches can be boring at times for folks who don't wrestle heavyweight. But there are things going on with a little head movement, pulling heads certain ways, trying to get a slightly more dominant position than your opponent to try to use one of the few moves that heavyweights usually employ.
Absolutely. There's tactics and technique in play here.
Yeah. Sometimes it's nothing to write home about, but it's happening.
Just as much.
Oh, nice Russian by Sousa.
No good. Double overhooks by Sousa.
I was hoping for another throw there.
As far as heavyweight wrestling goes, this is pretty exciting here. Both jockeying for position. I'd like to see if they're going to pretend to do shots, they could feign it a little bit better, but with some level changes.
I think that's more for the ref. I think that's more for the ref to not call stalling than it is for his opponent.
It could be. It could be. Could see some level changes, some head snaps. I like what Souza was doing before with the shuck buys to create some action.
You got to watch out here, though. Dallas Sauer doing the double tie. Like, I don't like both hands on the head like that. It leaves you open.
Absolutely. For shuck buys that Souza's been shown to like.
Both these guys being super aggressive, that's a good way to get snapped down and it's flat on your face. It's happened to me plenty of times in the wrestling room.
It's a delicate balance. You have to push into him to get him to put a push back into you, but if you push in too hard, as you know, face eats mat.
Here we go. We're into the third period of your 285-pound heavyweight state finals.
Let's see if Sawyer can get to his feet. Sawyer taking his time getting to his feet here. Really waiting for the right opportunity. He's got to create get some hand control, and then come up. Right here, I'd like to see it. I'd like to see him get hand control here and come right to his feet. It's tough with heavyweight pressure. He's waiting for the right pressure. Looking for a big roll. Big roll. Hips up. Hips. At least one escape here. At least one escape here. One escape. Loss of control. Loss of control. I
claiming the whizzer.
I agree with the decision. I think it was the good call. There was a loss of control there.
He was close to getting 2 points for a reversal there.
It looked like there was another reversal on top. Loss of control. Great call.
We had some controversy on that call. I thought it was a pretty good call myself.
It was a well-officiated scramble there. It's natural for
the coaches always see something different than the refs.
A coach will always argue in favor of his wrestler. It's what his job is to do. It's the ref's job to the bulk.
I don't knock him for it myself.
From the truth.
Oh,
wrestlers go out of bounds.
These guys are just getting more and more aggressive. That happens to heavyweights. You know, it's like at the end of the match, some guys look for shots. Heavyweights, they tend to push each other around just a little bit more.
Absolutely.
Tell you what, wouldn't it be something if the one overtime we see is between heavyweights here?
That would be something. It often happens with these low-scoring matches. It'd be a great way to end this Rhode Island State Championship tournament here today. This is our final match, folks.
And the more time big men can spend on the mat, the better, in my opinion. Just over 20 seconds left. I would love to see a last-minute throw by either guy here.
They don't. It doesn't look like they want to take that chance. They'd rather have the 15 seconds, let it go into overtime, and then have a full minute to take a safer shot. It would be very exciting to see, though, especially for all these fans here who came today and have shown so much support for the wrestlers throughout these 2 days of this tournament.
We're going to overtime.
What an exciting way to have our last match turn out in the Rhode Island State Wrestling Championships.
Again, you got the double tie up. Until you know these two big men are starting to get a little bit tired in there. Sauer with the kind of shot. Souza with the I don't think so. Souza's coaches are telling him to snap down, snap down, snap down. I think that's great advice.
It's great advice. He's got to hit a little harder and set it up a little better if he wants to be more effective than it was in the first 3 periods. So far, neither wrestler has scored a takedown yet this match. 20 seconds will go into double overtimes. For those of you who don't know, there'll be 30 seconds where one wrestler there'll be a coin toss to see if he will have the ability to choose top or bottom. Then another 30-second period, he will be able to choose top or bottom. He will wrestle the full minute. Whoever's on top after that minute will be our champion. If it's still tied, we will repeat 1 minute on our feet and then 30 seconds again on the mat and another 30 seconds again on the mat.
And if they're still tied after that, we go to a thumb wrestling match.
Or we just go all night.
I'll be honest with you. For two heavyweights, these guys seem to have pretty good gas. They don't look too tired. They don't look too winded.
It's really great to see. It's why these two are the ones in the state finals. Green wrestler escapes, and two reversal. They didn't give him an escape and a takedown. It was a reversal, so 2 points.
And I don't think the fans are that acquainted with the new rules. I think they think that's the end of the match.
No, they're excited. 2 points is big. Oftentimes, the wrestler will only score 1 point. 2 points. Now that means Souza has to get a reversal.
Has to get a reversal
or an escape and a
takedown in 30 seconds.
A reversal would tie it. An escape and a takedown would give him the win.
That's a tall order, but I'm looking forward to seeing if he can do it.
I think he'll get the escape. Let's see. He's got to move more than that. He's got to create some action. He's got to move. He's got to build a base. They're going to call. Oh, he's working towards his back. Oh! It looks like he's going to get right and out. 10 seconds left. Souza's got to create some action. He's got to stand up to his feet, do something.
5 seconds.
Or we have another state champion from Bishop Hendricks here today.
Your 2014 Rhode Island State Heavyweight Wrestling Champion, Dallas Sauer out of Bishop Hendricks.
It's so impressive. He looks barely 200 pounds. He's dominating these big men.
Again, and I go back to the thing, he was great on top. When he got on top, he knew what he was doing. He did a very good job of keeping Jared Souza where he wanted him.
Thanks for joining.
So, Justin, that was a really good, solid night of wrestling we just watched.
It was some fantastic wrestling here in Rhode Island. I was impressed. I'm excited to see how these guys are going to do in the New Englands next weekend. We'll be back here next weekend, same place. It was great wrestling, a great day. Thanks for having me, Eric.
Yeah, no problem. That was wonderful. I'm proud of the way all these guys presented out there, and I am looking forward to all these guys in the New England. So, thank you.
Have a good day, guys. Hope you enjoyed the show.